Hey guys, welcome back to Shop Foreman Garage. Today we are looking at a new, what are we looking at? It's a new campaign, a recall, engine replacement recall, SC336. Oh my God, a new recall. Engines are falling from Kias. I don't know why everybody goes crazy about this stuff. They should expect it by now, but I mean, come on. You know, yeah, they're replacing a lot of engines on Kias, yeah, but Kia is not the only manufacturer that has issues. All manufacturers have some kind of issue, some kind of recall, some kind of campaigns. Heck, I even heard that Toyota has a recall now that they don't even know how to fix it. You know, we got vehicles sitting around at the dealership. Back in the day, when was it? Back in 1900s, you know, when I worked for GM, we were replacing engines in those trucks like crazy. The cold start knock, you remember that? Yeah, big old V8 engines. You start them up, knock, 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 knock. We're replacing engines, you know. It's just one of those things. I remember GM tried to tell people they need to use a specific type of oil, filter, and it wasn't the EPA. It's somebody, whoever the powers that be, you know, told GM, you can't do that. You can't make people use a specific type of oil and specific type or brand of oil filter unless you provide it to the customer for free. And they did that. You know, your first oil change, you come in and we'll do it for free. And but it didn't help. Anyway, besides that, that's besides the point. So yeah, we got a new recall. SC336, let me check just to make sure that I'm telling you the right thing. SC336, it is an engine inspection and or replacement and ECU logic improvement. But this is, it's not new. This isn't new. So people may say, oh, another recall, you know, for engine, you know, and Kia, it's not new. And I'll show that to you, and we'll go through this process, and I'll show you what we need to do to the vehicle to do this inspection. So let's get into it. Oh no. All right, here is the SC336. This is the new one, but I want to go over this old one first. This is a SC209 that has been revised 4 times, and it came out in June of 2021. It's for the 2020 through 21 Soul SK3 and the 21 Seltos SP2. And it's the 20 through 21 SK3 and the 21 Seltos SP2 with a 2-liter NU engine, multi-port injection Atkinson engine. The piston oil-ring, the affected vehicles may have been improperly heat treated during production, you know, resulting in too much hardness, which can lead to chipping of the piston oil-ring, which can scuff up the cylinder bore and lead to increased oil consumption and blah, blah, blah. And a seized engine could happen, and everything could be messed up. Right, so this is the engine vibration inspection, and when these vehicles would come in, you would do the engine vibration inspection, and if it didn't pass, then you'd replace the engine. If for some reason something was weird with it and you couldn't do the inspection properly, then you need to follow the normal service procedures for engine authorization, which means contacting TechLine and then probably replacing an engine. If it passed, then you're done. You're done. Vehicle out. It's performed properly. And you would do that, and we'll get into the tool and stuff used to checking this vibration. Okay, so this came out in June of 2021. So in June, or in December of 2021, here's the SC209A. That was the SC209. It's the SC209A. It's the ECM logic improvement for piston ring noise sensing system, right? So it's a noise sensing system. Piston ring. It's a piston ring noise sensing system. It's a logic improvement which installs this piston ring noise sensing system, and we'll get more into that. You know, so at first we did the vibration inspection, and then the vehicle would come back later on and we would do ECU logic improvement. So this was a campaign, and it was done, and it could possibly lead to an engine replacement. Okay, moving that aside, now this is the new one, SC336. SC336, it just came out in April 2025. It's for the 21 through 23 Soul SK3 and the Seltos SP2. So 21 through 23 Seltos with the 2-liter Nu MPI engine. Right? It's basically the same thing. This was 20 through 21 and the 21 Seltos. This is 21 through 23 Soul and also the 21 through 23 Seltos. They just extended it. And this one is the engine inspection and or replacement and ECU logic improvement. So just like I said, 21 through 23 Soul, 21 through 23 Seltos with the 2-liter NU Atkinson engine, and it's the exact same thing. The piston rings and subject vehicles over time may damage the surface of the engine wall and lead to increased oil consumption, which eventually result in possible noise and engines coming apart and seizures and all kinds of stuff, you know, putting a hole in the side of the block, you know, exhaust components getting hot, you know, fire and brimstone coming out on the street. And so then you need to do the installation of the piston ring noise sensing system software. So, which is basically this, you know, piston ring noise sensing software, PNSS. And so this is the new one. So we're doing that. So here's the flow chart for this one, for the new one. But here's the deal. This uses, before I get to this, let's just look at this real quick. This is a bulletin, SST082. Okay, so this is the procedure for doing the piston noise sensing system, the piston inspection. So this tells you how to use the KDS 2.0, you know, and use this tool right here, which we're gonna hook it up to the knock sensor, and then we're gonna hook the knock sensor up to the new KDS 2.0, and then we're gonna run a bunch of tests, and we're going to it's gonna listen for knocking in the engine, and if it hears the knocking, you're going to replace the engine. If it doesn't hear knocking, then either way, whether it hears it or not, do you get a pass, you know, no pass, or we may have to retest, in which case we may have to contact TechLine and you know, follow their instructions. So, and whenever you get to this point, you have to take a picture or a screenshot of the thing, whether it passed or no pass, so you have it for your records. And if you have a problem where you have to keep retesting, then you need to open a TechLine case for further instructions, of course. So, and here's that tool, and we're going to get into that, and we'll be using that tool. So this right here is the flow chart. So the vehicle comes in, overnight soak. What are you talking about, overnight soak? Yeah. So when the vehicle comes in, day 1, day 2, what's going on here? Vehicle comes in, park the vehicle in an area where the vehicle can be tested in the following day without moving. The vehicle must sit overnight where it is placed, parked 24 hours. You cannot move it. Do not turn it on, do not warm it up. Refer to engine vibration, TSB, and that's this one right here that we're just looking at. That's this SST082. It's the one that we're just looking at. So, so engine vibration inspection, TSB, SST082. The engine vibration inspection test date must be 24 hours after the repair order was opened. Yeah, do not start or warm up the engine or move the car before starting the test. So yeah, whenever this vehicle comes in, you have to make sure that you know you're going to leave it for 24 hours before we can even do the test, no matter what. 24 hours. And this gets into this goes right into the ECM logic improvement. And these are the upgrade events, you know, 21, 22, or 23. And these are the upgrade events for installing this piston ring noise sensing system. Also, let me see if I can find it. Probably not in here. So this just gives a bunch of information on the ROM IDs and stuff like that. But what will happen whenever you install this sensing system is it will set a code. If it has an issue, it will set a code 1327, P1327. Yeah, so if you do this campaign, you know, you're going to do this recall, you come in, the vehicle sits for 24 hours out on the lot. And then after 24 hours, the technician can go out there and run this vibration inspection procedure. And if it passes, then you do the ECU logic improvement. If it doesn't pass, then you get a new engine put in it and you do the ECU logic improvement. And the ECU logic improvement installs that sensing system, that ring noise sensing system, RNSS, which and then lets the vehicle go. And if at any point the system hears the noise, the knocking noise, or whatever scraping noise, the ring coming apart was going to make, then it will set a P1327. Kind of like the P1326, which all of the other rod bearing noise sets, you know, for the KSDS logic improvement. You know, this is not KSDS logic improvement, this is RNSS logic improvement. And so if it sets that 1327, then you bring it back in and then we run this ring test again, this vibration test. And if it fails, then, you know, you get an engine, you know. This is the tool. Yeah, it's just a bunch of wiring. So we are going to set this up on the vehicle. I'll show you the vehicle. It's been sitting outside all night. You know, it's out there. It's alone. It's been sitting alone. Nobody's been touching it. Nobody touched it at all. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna pop the hood and I'll set this out there, and we'll go out there and we'll set it up and we'll try this. I haven't done this. I mean, I've used this. Back, you know, on the Seltos, you know, at this SC209, I've used this. So we've had this for a while, but the new SC336 just came out and we're going to use the same tool, you know, but haven't done the 336 one. It's a little bit different. Plus now we have KDS 2.0 and we'll see how that works. That's brand new. I've been using the KDS 2.0 for about a month, and it has, it's got issues, it's got bugs, you know. So we'll see how it works. Hopefully I can get into it and we can actually do it. So yeah, let's get out there. Let's get out there and let's check it out. Let's see how it works. Let's go. All right, this is the vehicle right here that I'm talking about. Here's the harness. And the thing has been sitting, you know, over 24 hours. I haven't even put the key in yet. I got my KDS ready, and here's the bulletin, and it is definitely a 21 kit sole. So the first thing I'm gonna do is set up this harness right here, and let me get this thing unraveled. So this right here is going to hook to the knock sensor, and there's a clamp right here which is going to go to the negative battery cable. Try and get this thing unraveled here. And the knock sensor, it's kind of hard to tell. So everything's getting hooked up right here. It's right here. Let's see if I can get my finger in there and get it disconnected. Where is it? Okay, it's on this side. So if you can see that, that's it right there. There's the connector to the knock sensor. All All right, and I'm gonna take this one right here and plug it in here. Of course, this is a lot easier to do from underneath if it's on a lift, but we can't have it sitting in the shop for 24 hours on a lift. So just gotta do it out here in the parking lot. Come on, get in there. Okay, that's plugged in. Right there. And this right here, I'm going to plug into the negative battery terminal. It looks like it's got a fairly new battery. This piece right here is going to plug into the KDS. So I'm gonna run this over here, open this door, run this right here, and now let's get the KDS hooked up to it. Hook up that on the data link connector, and then this right here. Oh, let me get this. This is the new KDS 2.0. So I've never done this job with a KDS 2.0. Going to reconnect the VCI 2. And I am now going to turn the key on. I'm not going to start it. I'm just turning the key on. Back out of here. Auto start. It is a 2-liter MPI. Hit OK. And what am I going to do? What am I doing? I'm going to KDS functions. Wait, why is it going to? No, that's the wrong thing. Back out of there. Expert diagnosis. Going to special right here, and we're doing, is it not, it's a special function. Okay, I'm going to go to special functions. Special functions, which does not work. I'm not hooked to the network. What the? Okay, hang on here. Okay, let's see if this works. I had issues trying to connect this thing. It says it wasn't connected to the network. I had to walk into the shop to get connected to the Wi-Fi, which it doesn't make any sense. I'm connected to the Wi-Fi right now and I'm out here. It just doesn't make any sense. So once I got the thing, this up and running, the special inspection thing up and running, I put the vehicle's information in. It is a Kia Soul SK3. It's a 2-liter MPI. I got the mileage of 79,753. Got the repair order number, the VIN number. It's a 21. Let's see what happens. I'm going to plug this in, and this, you know, here goes nothing, I guess. Get some slack on this cable. Plug this cable in right here. I'm trying to do this with one hand. Okay, thing is plugged in. Hit next. KDS 2.0, record audio while using this app. I need to check the engine oil level, coolant. I've checked all that stuff. AC is turned off. Audio unit is turned off. The cable is inserted into the knock sensor. The other cable is connected to the tablet. Connect the cable to the battery ground. We've done that too. Sorry about, there's reflections all over the place here. Did not tell me to start the engine. We'll see what happens. Hit next. Engine coolant temperature. Our results below must be in good. So we're sitting at 72.9 degrees Fahrenheit. The AC is off. It hasn't told me to start the vehicle yet, so let's see what happens. It says do not impact the vehicle and the engine while this is going on. Do not turn on the AC. Connect the engine vibration inspection tool to the tablet. We've already done that. If preparation for the test is complete, click the next button. Set up the vehicle in P range. It's in park. Still hasn't told me to start the vehicle. I'm hitting next. Hasn't done. Okay. Idle test. Well, I guess I'll start it. Press the start button. Okay. It is recording. Okay. That's going to maintain engine speeds 800 to 1600. Waiting for measurement. It's ready. Maintain engine RPM between 850 and 1600. It is. Why is it not recording? I'm gonna restart it. Come on. Okay, number 2 is pending. Maintain engine speed 850 to 1600 RPMs. Okay, it was waiting for the engine coolant temperature to reach 104 degrees, I guess. Or was it? Yeah, it's processing now. Processing now. It's listening. Maintain engine RPM between 750 and 1000. I'm at 900. Okay, until 3 tests are complete. Engine coolant temperature 131 to 143 degrees. So, or I guess we're waiting because we're sitting at 112. So we're waiting for this thing to get to 131 degrees. And it's saying to maintain engine speeds between 750 to 1000. So I could raise it up if I wanted to, but I could do not go over 1000. So I'll just sit here and wait till this reaches the proper temperature. We're at 120 now. We need to get to at least 131 before it'll do the next 3 tests. Okay, it's running a test. Test 1, going through test 2. Going through test 3. Okay, now maintain engine speeds of 1400 to 1600 RPMs. And we need to be at 185. I am going to bring this up to 14 to 1500 RPMs. I am going to try and hold it there between 1400 and 1500 RPM. We need to get to 185 degrees. Okay, 1400 to 1600. So let me try and bring it up to see if I can hold it at a 1500, which is not really that easy to do. Waiting for 185 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, there it goes. I need to maintain the close to 1500. Test number 2. Test number 3. Now we are going to go to 2,000 RPMs. So bring it up to 2,000. 1900. There it goes. Test 1. Two. Okay, now we're going to go to 2,500 RPMs, between 24 and 26. This one. S3. It's saving the noises, it's making its judgment. Okay, right there. Because the engine has passed. I got the VIN number, the date has passed. I need to take a screenshot of this. So I can do it with one hand. No. Okay, so there it is. That's the test. That's the new test, that is how you do it. All right, and so now that it's passed, I need to do the ECU reprogram. This is a 21 Kia Soul SK3, so I need to do the ECU program with upgrade events, either the 576 or 577. So what's the difference? Okay, it's a SK3, so 576. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm not gonna bore you with you know, how we do these programs, because I've shown them before, even though this is the new KDS 2.0. It's the way I see it, it's not any better. Matter of fact, it's got a lot of bugs in it. Today, actually yesterday, was the first day that KDS 1.0 stopped working. Because of the new update. So this is the 2.0. So all KDSs must be updated to this 2.0. I'm gonna go ahead and do the ECU upgrade, and this one's gonna be done. So that's the way you do it. Whenever you bring your vehicle in for this campaign, this recall, SC336, you're gonna have to leave the vehicle for 24 hours. And it's gonna have to sit in the same spot, out in the parking lot or whatever, and 24 hours later the technician can come out and do the reprogram, or do the test. And you know, of course, if it fails the test, then we will, you know, be replacing the engine, and more than likely we will be replacing the engine. This one passed the test, so everything's good. I'm going to do the ECU reprogram, and then we're going to let it go, and that is pretty much it. We interrupt this program to bring you this special bulletin. Beep, 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 beep. Hey guys, this video was actually filmed at the beginning of April. This bulletin came out in April, and it was the first time that I ever done this recall with the new KDS 2.0. And so I've done a couple more, you know, since then, of course. But just to let you know that on the 28th, April 28th, another vehicle came in. It was a Kia Soul, and so it's at 24 hours. I did the test on the 29th, and it failed. It had a no pass, which kind of surprised me because I didn't hear any noise. Of course, the whole idea is we can't hear the noise, so that's why we use a machine to hear the noise. And right after that, Kia just shut her down. They're like, no more. This campaign, SC336, don't do it. Stop all campaigns, don't do them. And that was it. They're like, no, don't do them. And didn't tell us exactly why. My guess is because I went ahead and I had one that failed. I went and ordered the engine and found out that the engines were all in back order. It's like, so that means they're ordering a bunch of engines. And I think that there was something wrong with the software, the testing software, and it was causing engines to fail. And they were getting an overload of people ordering engines, or technicians ordering engines. So they just shut her down. It's like, let's stop everything, don't do any more until further notice. So then on the 7th, I believe it was the 7th of May, they said, okay, there's a new software, you can update your tablet, and now we can start doing them again. And it was the 7th of May, and as a matter of fact, this bulletin now states it's been revised 3 times. And it now states that for vehicles tested prior to May 7th, 2025, with a no pass only, those vehicles need to be re-inspected. So that tells me that the software, there was something wrong with the software. So now this new software that came out, it does not require you to leave the vehicle for 24 hours. Matter of fact, the tests there's only two tests where it runs checks for noise at idle at 2 different temperatures, and then there's one test that you run at like 2100 RPMs or something, 15 to 2100 RPMs, something like that, and that's it. It doesn't have as many steps. And so the test is a little bit different, and it starts at 185 degrees Fahrenheit. So the first test starts at 185 degrees Fahrenheit, so the vehicle doesn't have to sit overnight for 24 hours. As long as the vehicle sits long enough for it to cool down to 185 degrees, so technicians can actually bring them in their stall and do the test in their stall rather than out in the parking lot somewhere. And it's getting summertime here, so it's 85, 90 degrees in the morning here. So I just want to let you know that it has been revised, and I even have a TechLine case right here just to make sure, because the new bulletin wasn't very specific. It does say engine coolant temperature must be above minimum test temperature at 185 degrees. That doesn't really tell me a whole lot, so I contacted TechLine and I was like, what does this mean? Do we have to leave them over for 24 hours? They said no. So I just wanted to give you that update with this SC336. Now let's return to our regularly scheduled program. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking around. I appreciate the heck out of each and every one of you. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one.